Hello, this is Gemma from the Crafty Little Gem, and thanks for joining me today. We are in a collaboration with Jackie Ann's Crafty Things. She's here on YouTube, and we are doing Christmas in July. Our first thing that we are going to be doing is a bag. So this is what I have come up with. It is shaker elements to it, and I absolutely love it. However, the bag die is just something from my stash, and I am using Home Together dies. Everything's cut out in there, and this is all of the fabulous DSP that we have, so I'll pop that over there. I've made a couple of other bags in the same way, so I've got a Halloween one. This one is my favourite, I do think. And then we have this one with the bear. Again, absolutely love it. And this one is in the papers that we're using today. However, this is going to be in Old Olive for me. And I think I'm trying not to make you sick, but my camera is moving ever such a lot today for some reason. So yeah, we're doing it in Old Olive, but we're doing exactly the same papers. We will just show you how it is done. So the first thing that you will need is, let's just get all of my bits and pieces out. So we are using the Home Together stamp and die. We won't be using the stamp today, it's just going to be the die and the DSP. So we will have that kept out and opened up over there. I've then gone ahead and cut all of my bits out that I need. So the die is in my stash, and I have gone ahead and I have cut out 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3 and 4. I have got 4 of the circle handles somewhere. I should have, oh there we go, hiding. So I've cut 2 in gold and 2 in the Old Olive. I have got 2 of the side pieces, 1 of the DSP cut in the same style, and a long piece that is 1 7/8 of an inch by 12 inches, and we're just going to cut that in half at 6 inches. So what that does is it won't go together at the bottom, but that, even though it will stand up nicely, that will give it a little bit more so it's flat, so it won't move then. I've also gone ahead and die cut out of a piece of acetate. However, it won't go all the way through, so I'm going to hand cut that out afterwards. I have got some foam strips, and let's get on and make it. So the first thing we're going to do, I think, is we are going to construct the bag. So you will need 2 of those and the side pieces. We are going to fold on each of these tabs, and it is a really easy project, this one. We're trying to use things we've got in our stash, but we're also doing a Christmas in July. So again, I have made a few of these, and everything we're making, I'm actually doing it as a little set again, so everything should fit together. Just burnish that down. Pull them back out. I'm going to do exactly the same with this one on both sides. Like so. Burnish them down. like so. And then because we know that it's going to be curved coming round, I'm actually just going to curl it slightly. So it's going to be coming round like so. Okay. Right, I'm not going to glue these together straight away. What I am going to do is I'm going to put each one on, and I'm working on the inside on each little tab. Just a little bit of my liquid adhesive. You need to make sure you're patterned. You will get sort of like little marks. The nice side is on the inside for this one. And I'm just going to lay it down so these two meet. And then I'm just going to tuck the rest of it underneath. So that is to this top bit, and that is round like so, pressed down, because I want them to come right to this top. And again, you don't have to cut this bit in your cardstock. You could cut in your DSP. Oh, be careful you don't stick it to your paper. Then I'm going to come in on this side, so you've got a little tab on both of them. That is the bottom, so they're going to join like so. So again, I want my liquid adhesive on this side, because this is going to be the top. Like so. Pick it up and line that top bit up, and then just pop all of that underneath and secure that into place. Oh, try that again. There we go. And then I'm just going to get right in with my bone folder on that side, and you can also squash in on the edge on the outer side. So that's what we have. So we're going to cover up that piece with one of the other ones, but we're actually going to glue these together. So if you see, you have got a line here where you can put your glue and line it up to, but I like to do it this way because I know both of the sides then are where they should be. So then I've just popped my liquid glue underneath, and that is going right up, but up to this next little tab here. There. Okay, so you can pull these out, and again I'm just going to go in with each of these tabs with a little bit of liquid adhesive. On each one. I am going to get the good side is going to go on the inside like so. You won't be able to see this bit, but I'm just going to line up this top bit again and bringing it all the way around. Checking that all the tabs around the outside. There we go. And the best bit is to push it up, because these are the ones that want to come out of place slightly on this bottom, and there you go. get your bone folder and just run it through those edges. I want that bit just to be in slightly a little bit more, and on there. So that is the main piece of your bag. We are going to line the back with just another piece. So on this one, I have pattern paper on the front but nothing on the back. You can go ahead and put DSP on this bit if you wanted to. Oh, make sure you have got the nice bit facing up again, and lay that straight on top, and it will fit perfectly. Secure that into place, and you have then just covered up all of them little marks that we still have on this side, but they've all been covered up on this side. So this is going to be our front. So what we will need to do is, you can either put your DSP straight on top like we have done with the other one, or you can make it into a bit of a shaker. So I'm doing mine into a bit of a shaker. I've got my DSP here, and these are the bits that I'm going to cut out. You don't want to be doing anything, so not this one, not this one, not this one, not any of these. Not, you could do that tree if you wanted to, but not that one. You don't want anything that's going to be close to this outside edge. So we could do this one because we've got plenty of room around to put our foam strip to make that into a shaker. We've got a tree here that we can do. We've got a small tree down here that we can do. So once I've run them through, I'm also then going to come back and I am going to do that little tree at the top, because it, on this one, let's see if I can, on this one, it does get covered up. The foam strip at the top gets covered up by this handle, which is absolutely brilliant. And that's why I didn't do this one, because it's too close to this edge. You would actually see the foam strip just in this corner. So I'm going to bring in my die cutter, get everything else out of the way. Pop them on my plate. Get them as lined up the best as you can. Because you are going to see these, because you are going to actually stick them to the main point of the bag. So you want every bit in as much as you can. There we go. That one's just moved slightly. Tack them down with some tape if you need to. And I'm just going to pop that through. And take them off. We're going to keep them because we are going to use them. I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to take this little tree off here. So I just want that one there. And pop that back through. And drag that one out. There we go, pop that out of the way. And then this is what we have. That's become a little bit sticky now, so I am gonna just flip that over to a clean side. I'm not bothered whether that sticks to the back of this at all. So I've got this. We have one of these. Make sure you get the nice side again. And what we are going to do is we're just going to lay what we've die cut out on top of our other green base. I am putting a very thin amount of adhesive on. I'm going to line that up the best I can, and I'm going to stick those in to where I've just die cut them out of. So again, a very thin amount. Pop that back in. This one is the full little tree, so I know that it goes in there. The larger tree goes in there. And you can do this with anything really, if you any bag that you make or box. This is the bit that we've got cut off at the top, so I know that that will go in there, like so. Make sure they are down nice and flat. What we can do then is we can take this off and pop it out the way, and we have then a template for where we need to put our foam. So this, I have some thin sheets, and what I'm going to do is I am going to go around the edge, but then I'm also going to concentrate on each little piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go right round this full edge, and I'm going to start, I'm hoping that you can see this, and it will bend, but just take your time. I'm sat down, so I don't know whether you can see me or not. I'm better now that I'm stood up. To there. I'm going to grab some scissors, and I'm going to cut that bit off at the top there. I've got another strip here, and this is only so it makes everything the same height. I'm going to cut that off there, and then I'm going to start, so you don't really need it to be close together because you're not putting any shaker bits in this bit. But because you are going to see it on these edges, it's really up to you. So I'm just going to keep on from there and keep coming round and to the top. These are my glue scissors, so it's not so bad. And that other side's come up on that one already, so I'm just going to butt that up to there, and I'm going to have that to there and cut that off. Right, so that's our main piece going around these edges to make everything. That bit wants to come off, so I'm just going to take it off. Now we need to do the small detail around each one, because I'm having different shaker pieces in each one. So I'm just going to come straight down the sides of them houses. I'm going to cut that off there, and this seems to want to come off, this backing, so let's just remove it as we go. I'm going to up that one right up to there, because we're going to make these. This can be as messy as you want to, this bit, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to grab another bit, and I want that tree to be in a different shaker here. So that's going to be different. This house, and actually you probably could take that all the way to the top, I'm saying, on that one. Just get that little foam bit in there, and none of the shaker pieces are going to come out on this side, because that's butted up to there and that's butted up to there, so I'm fine with that. I'm going to bring this one more to the shape of the house, and I'm going to bring that one down here, because that's going to separate them two. We'll use this tiny bit that was cut off before, and just be aware of the shaker bits that you're using. I'm not using very small pieces, so I know they're not really going to escape from anywhere. I'm going to bring that one down here to the bottom of there, that'll be fine. And I'm going to bring that one straight across to meet that one there. That one I'm going to start on this top bit, and I know it looks a mess, but it won't soon. I'm going to bring that one across there, and then this one is going to come down to meet there. So I'm just going to pop a bit there, and this tiny little bit of offcut there, like so. I'm going to pop that to one side, and we're going to line this one, if I can find it. There's my acetate gone with. So this is our acetate sheet that I put through the die cutter. So this, I'm just cutting along these lines, and I have done it where I've just done bits of acetate on each one. You can do that as well. I did that on the red one that I did, the Poppy Parade I used for that one, which is fine when you want to use up all your scraps, but all I'm going to do is put that on, and then it covers the whole lot and you don't need to worry about it. So I do believe on this acetate there is a little covering on it. Let's see if I can get that off. There we go. So that is the covering. I'm going to go in with my liquid adhesive on this. Making sure that around these areas, so it's not going to come away. And again, you don't need a lot either. Up on this top, making sure it's around the edge. Just want a little bit more up there, that's wonderful. And then I'm going to just aim for this corner, because I know that that should then fit, and it does. And that is what we have, which is actually really nice all in one, because then once you've put your sequins in and pop that on top, like I said, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see all the little bits underneath. So we're going to put that to one side. I am, before I put my sequins in, going to take all of these off. Come on. That bit there. I do believe that was the last one. Let's just check it was. So now I'm getting everything out of the way. I'm going to come in with my sequins, and I always have some of these little spoons. Get this one up the right way, otherwise it will go everywhere. So I think what I'm going to do this time is, I did the stars in the trees and I did these ones in the houses. I think if I can, I'm going to do it the other way around. So make sure you get it in the middle. And I know the houses are going to take a lot more. Ooh. There we go, that's them done. I just need my tweezers to get that one off there. I'm just gonna pop them about. And it doesn't matter if they get in these areas, because you're not going to see them anyway. And then I'm only using a few of these, and there we go. Tweezers. If you feel like you need to turn some of them over, do so. This is the fiddliest bit. But when you're giving it a present to somebody, it is well worth it. So again, just take your time. Oh, don't come up again. Stay, stay. Stay. I'm just turning some of the bigger ones over, and I don't want them stacked up like that one is. So that one can go in the bottom there. I've just taken the smaller pieces off that as well. There was one there, wasn't there? One there. I just want the other way. Oh, it doesn't want to go. So I'll move that one into there. Let's see if I can get some smaller ones in this next one. A few. And again, as long as they're not stacked up, you're okay. That's better. flip some over if you can. That one, and I've just got that one and that one if I can. And I'm happy with that. Let's see if, oh, if just for this one here, I've got some even smaller ones in here. So I'm going to have some smaller ones in there and some smaller ones in there. Do I need any anywhere else? And I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. Get the lid on. You see, that's the most difficult bit. And all you need to do is take your time. So once that's done and your backing's off, you've got your topper. And you are going to line up, I would suggest getting the top lined up your best you can, and then just flattening it down like so. As you can see, I'll bring it up to the camera in a minute to show you why you shouldn't be going so close to this edge. Make sure that is down and solid, and that is your one shaker piece. If you can see here, you see the foam here. If you did it on this bit, you'd see the foam all the way around this edge. Okay, but I know, like when I put my handle on that bit, it's going to cover that up. So I'm not too bothered on there. So we are going to fit the handle to this back. So I am having the old olive on top of the old olive for this one, and there is just a little score line of where that should go, so that makes my job a lot easier. And I'm just going to pop that in there and bring that round, and then push that from the inside. I've gone with a gold on this one, and I'm not really a fan of the shiny gold at all, so this one is like a brushed gold. I've got a bit of adhesive on there. I'm going to pop that straight on top. And because I've used liquid glue, I've got a little bit of wiggle room to be able to put that wherever I need it to go and secure that into place. So I have the gold on the inside. Again, I went with the I had a pack of these, I can't remember. This is the glitter special paper, and there's quite a few different colours in there, so it's nice. But I did find that there was a nice white that went with this. On this one I did go for a shiny silver on the inside, and on this one I went for our, is it Berry Burst we had that, so that was really good for that one. So that is that one done. So on this one, come on, I'm actually going to pop the gold on the inside first. And again, I don't know whether you can see, there is just a line here of where you can put your glue, or you can just put it as close as to this edge as you can. I'm going to pop that in. Oh, pop that in and line it up. Make sure you can't see it on that side. Okay, so that is what we have here. we are going to put our shaker on top, and then we're also going to put foam strips on this bit. Okay, so this one, because you've made it as a topper, we can go straight in again with this wonderful liquid glue. There was a bit there that I saw that was poking out that I didn't like. Again, liquid glue, you've got a little bit of wiggle room, so get that on there. Turn it over and use your table to press that into place, like so. And I really like that actually, really like that one. So the next thing we're going to do is with the foam strips, we're just going to start, and I'm just going to do it in straight, where's my, that's what I'm looking for, my glue scissors. We're just going to do it in little straight lines. Got that bit there, I just need another tiny bit. So I'll just cut that off there and take it back down to there. That will then make this the same height as this. Take this tape off, this side, like so. Add a little bit of liquid adhesive just to this top bit, like you did the other one. And I would say get it right where you put your liquid adhesive first, because then once that's in place, you can just drop that on top and that'll be secured into place, just like so. Turn it over, press it down to secure it. You'll put a nice little note on the other side of this bag, or again, like I said, some more DSP. But that is your Christmas in July bag collaboration with Jackie Ann. So I am going to go around the edge. As you can see sort of like some of this foam here. I have got some of these pens. You can do it on the handle as well, and I would have done this before I'd put this on, I had known. But these pens are really quite good. They are my kids, they're not mine. And using the smaller end, you can just push in and just get rid of that white line just around there. And let's see if I'm brave enough to do this bit in here. Normally if I do this and it's already constructed, it goes everywhere. Oh, let's get it. There we go. That's it. And I've even done it on the inside there. You can go on the handle. I'm not that brave. But there we go. I've cut the side here. Look, but I am going to put a tag on it, so it doesn't really matter. That is our shaker bag. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you could pop over to Jackie Ann, see what she has made for her first Christmas in July. I will put the link underneath, and thank you. See you again, same time next week. Bye bye for now.